The human body has evolved materials that perfectly match the demands we make on them. But when events take our bodies beyond normal limits, something else locked within can keep us going. That gives us the superhuman ability to run at full power, even when injured. The human body is an amazing machine, holding hidden power and flexibility. But what happens when we push bone and muscle beyond normal limits? You'd think serious injury would stop an athlete in his tracks. In fact, our bodies have strength to override normal reactions, so we can ignore damage and keep going. But we only do this by drawing on a very special series of factors. Longtime rivals battle it out.
It was the first game of our season. It was in the third quarter. I was the outside receiver.
Trailing, the California Cerritos are fighting to stay in the game. The play will have Ryan Petty receive.
I caught what was called a out route, inside upfield. I thought I had gotten shot in the arm and it had gotten blown off. That's what I thought I had done to myself. I thought it was something very serious. Some of the most pain I've ever had in my life.
Running full speed, two defenders take Ryan down. It's as if a truck hit him, going 20 miles an hour. The impact pulls Ryan's ligaments like rubber bands, causing his right shoulder to separate from his collarbone. Immediately, thousands of pain sensors in the ligaments and muscles fire signals to his brain, telling him of the injury. At this point, most of us would collapse in agony, but Ryan has no intention of quitting and shuts out the waves of pain from his shoulder.
I played for the rest of the game, which would be about a quarter and a half. It was bad, not anything as bad as what I experienced the next couple days through pain because the adrenaline had pumping, but it was still pretty bad.
Ryan was running on more than adrenaline. Deep in his head, training helped rewire his brain. The way Ryan's brain cells now connect strengthens his resolve. Damage to our bodies causes pain we all sense. But we differ in how we deal with it, how much pain we tolerate.
Where the difference is not in pain threshold, it's in pain tolerance. Is how much will you put up with before you say, that's it, I quit. Football players have a higher tolerance. Clearly that's a learning component. If you're brought up and told that it's a sign of weakness to admit that it hurts, you won't admit that it hurts.
We can rewire our brains and body to become superhuman at a price. Ryan's ligaments eventually tightened back up, but his recovery took longer because he kept playing. For Ryan and his team, that's the price of victory.
Everybody plays through pain.
But sports isn't the only place where people choose to stress their bodies beyond their limits. One of the most beautiful of the performing arts is also one of the most painful.
Because ballet is an art form that's meant to look effortless and painless. I don't think we encourage each other to go on about how painful it is.
Dancing on the tips of the toes is graceful, but it compresses dancers' joints beyond normal limits. Amazingly, the pressure on the toe bones amounts to 3 elephants stacked on top of each other, balancing on one leg. Pain sensors in the toe joints trigger signals that fire along nerves in the leg and spinal cord. In seconds, pain messages flood the brain. Most of us would probably faint. Studies suggest women feel pain sooner than men, yet have a higher tolerance for it.
You have to keep mentally strong. I don't think you could be in this job and do what you do. You couldn't do self-inflicted pain, which what ballet is, and be too delicate.
Professional ballet dancers raise their pain tolerance with repeated training and performances.
Everybody's got some kind of small niggle or injury, and the show would never go on if all we ever did was complain.
Whether ballet's elegance or football's violence, the mind can stand tremendous levels of pain.